Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Alice Rita. To all my new and returning subscribers, you are welcome to my channel. In my video today, I'm going to be telling you about what you should do if you miss your flight. So recently, I traveled to the US for a conference and my trip was going very well. As you can see, I'm excited to climb on board. It was my first time to board a double-decker flight, so I was really intrigued. And I was looking forward to the experience, flying a double-decker flight. So double-decker, it means it has the upper compartment and the lower compartment. And my seat was on the upper compartment. So I was really intrigued. You can see from this video, happily climbing the stairs. And after we finished boarding, the pilot told us that we're departing shortly, so we left the gate. The flight was waiting for signal from the tower, and after waiting for about 5 minutes, the next thing we were told, oh, we are sorry, we need to go back to the gate because there is something wrong with the ventilation system, and this should take about 20 minutes to fix. So we're all seated waiting to fly in 20 minutes. 20 minutes turned to 1 hour because they had to call the engineer, and after the engineer came, they had to go and look for the spare parts. And after that took another 2 hours. And after they finally fixed it, that's like now 3 hours of waiting seated on the flight. The pilot told us, oh, this has been fixed, but first we need to test it. So the pilot decided to test the replaced valve and broke her heart by saying, I'm sorry, the engineer will have to go and check for a new spare part. And by this time, the customer service, that's the flight attendants, were already serving us tea and biscuits. And then they told us that we should be seated, that the second replacement will be fixed shortly. And by the time they are fixing the second replacement, they tested it and didn't work. It was already 5 hours plus of us sitting on the flight. So imagine, my flight was a 7 hours flight from the London Heathrow Airport to Boston, and I've been seated for 5 hours on the same spot, being served tea and biscuit. And the pilot finally broke her heart by saying, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the type of news I wish to bring to you, but this flight has been unfortunately cancelled because they can't replace the missing part. So we had to, how do you call this now? We've boarded, on board. We had to onboard the flight. And that took a while because for people that are not European like myself, I was on the queue again for another 1 hour. Meanwhile, my colleague had gone through and I was the one delaying them. So a trip of 7 hours, I was seated for 5 hours on the same spot, and the flight was cancelled. So what should you do if your flight gets cancelled? Don't be like me and some other people. If your flight gets cancelled, instead of waiting to go and queue at the security for what they are going to do for you, you can actually help yourself. So like in our case, rather than for the British Airways representative to announce to all of us on flight that, okay, ladies and gentlemen, this flight is cancelled, could you please serve for another alternative? We didn't receive that information. So we're seated on we were waiting, many people were waiting on the queue to talk to the representative, while I was on the queue trying to go through immigration. It's absurd. I did not leave the UK, but I was on the queue again to go through immigration. And after getting to the immigration, the man said, because you did not leave the UK, I can't stamp your passport. Please welcome back to the UK. And I was just looking at myself, that's what? I was on the queue for almost 1.5 hours, only to be told that I don't need my passport to be stamped. Meanwhile, I was on a different queue, and the security personnel told me that because I'm a foreigner, that I'm supposed to be on the other queue for people that are foreigner. And I tried to explain that I didn't leave the UK, so I don't think I need to do this. But sometimes these people believe they know their job better, and since it's not my job, I obeyed patiently, and I was waiting on the queue for 90 minutes. Meanwhile, on the other hand of the immigration, my boss and my colleagues have already gone through, so they were already making a reservation for a new flight. So my boss tried to check what we could do, and he observed that actually you can change your flights online. Meanwhile, there's this long queue of people waiting to talk to representative. So what I then did after I came through the security was to then change my flight. So if you experience a cancellation of your flight after you've already boarded, don't panic. Rather, go on the website, click on manage booking, enter your booking reference, and choose either that day or another day, and it's going to show you available flights that are available for you to fly with. So what I did, what my colleagues have done, because I was too late to go through security, was I already chose the available flight for the next day. When I was to choose, I couldn't catch the same flight like they had because it was already fully booked, but I got the next one, which was to fly through Chicago. So my direct flight to Boston became a flight to Chicago and a Chicago to Boston, which is nice, but not very nice because we've already spent a whole day at the airport and now another 13 hours flight. So let me cut this story short about how my trip to the US went. If your flight gets cancelled and you are waiting to see a customer representative, share my video with anyone you know that is waiting for customer representative to sort out their flight. You can actually sort out yourself by going onto their website, click on manage booking, enter your reference, your booking reference, and click search. This will bring you list of available alternative flights, and you might be lucky to get the same flights for the next day, for the same day or next day. And until next time, before I say goodbye, if your flight gets delayed for more than 5 hours, remember that you can also claim compensation for the delay. And please, if you like my video, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and I'm going to be defending my PhD thesis in 1 week. So watch out for the celebration video because I'm definitely sure I'm going to pass. I did the research and I know what I've done. And by the grace of God, I'm going to come here next week to tell you about my PhD Viva. Until next time, bye. So here is the beautiful road trip from the airport or to the airport. Anyway, I'm just sharing this beautiful clip with you. This is the Boston airport, and I love this beautiful design of the bridge, and that's what I'm sharing with you.